Minasan domo, Raito to moshimasu. Hi everyone, I'm Light and welcome. Today I'll be showing you how to study kanji, and there are three ways. Number one, exposure. So you want a book or you want an Anki application deck so you can draw the words and the kanji every single day. Now that you can check in the description. The other two ways, basically we're going to cover in this book. Right, so we have number two, mnemonics, so telling yourself a story on how to memorize the kanji and the meaning. And number three, writing, or seeing the stroke order. Now, we don't want to endlessly write, we just want to look at the stroke order and write it once or twice, and together combine that with a mnemonic and see examples. And here also we have the radical, which is going to improve things for you drastically. So I highly recommend get this book in the description. If you don't want the physical book, this is the spiral book, you can get the PDF and Anki version in one go, so you can choose between the two. Right, there aren't many books currently available. Also, it's not on Amazon at this moment, but if it's there, it will be in the description. And yeah, let's get going. I'm not going to go into too much depth because I'm going to cover everything in a series for free. So it's going to be 20 kanji per episode after this video. Now we have book 1 over here. This is grade 1, 2 and 3 kanji in the Japanese school system, right? So book 2 will be grade 4, 5, 6. So eventually we're going to cover 2,500 kanji in this series. There will be 4 or 5 books, depending on the depth or the thickness later on. But we have the first 440 kanji of Japanese in this book, and 2,500 kanji. Now, currently there are 2,136 in the school system, but there are also rare kanji in names and maybe like fruits and things you don't use every day, but maybe in a newspaper and such. So if you want to go that extra mile, you can always do that. We have Senri no michi mo ippo kara. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. In everything in life, exercising, your health, relationships, you want to just take that first step. We're covering mnemonics, vocabulary, very important vocabulary examples, stroke order, readings, and the JLPT level. Now this may switch based on the test executives, right? But to give you an idea. And if we open up the book, we can see how to use it. Now you can, if you purchase that, you can see exactly how to use it. Study method, this is what I recommend, but you can also just stick to 1 page per day. That's a great method to follow. If you have the app, you can even write on your Anki application. Now over here, the first page, we see the kanji. Over here, the kanji is sorted by school grade as announced by the Japanese Ministry of Education. Before each grade, a summary sheet like below is presented. Enjoy the journey. We have 3 grades, and before every single grade we have a table of the kanji and the English meaning, right? And then suddenly we start. So just give you a brief overview. Because it's a spiral book, it's so awesome, you can just fold it. It's the kanji number 1. This is the kanji, the English meaning in blue, because psychologically this is the best color for memorization. Blue, we have yellow, we have, like my pen, red, and we have black for just normal writing and notes. We have the on reading, which is the Chinese. That's why it's in katakana, because it's loan words, loan readings. And kun, the native Japanese reading. Then we have the stroke order. You can see the small red dot. We start there, over like so, over here. Start with a red dot, start with a red dot, start. And we have very important vocabulary. See some examples. So we have the actual word over there. Then we have in red the hiragana. So it's kind of the furigana on how to read the kanji, and then the English meaning. And over here, in yellow, we have the radical, which is 1. Later on, the radicals might be, let's see something. Here's a good example. For example, on the left, you can see there's a person, hito, over here, right? So person later becomes a smaller kanji. With many other kanji, you can see it becomes smaller and they fit it in more difficult, complicated kanji. So just starting off with this, if you just do book 1, you will already know almost everything about kanji there is to know. So The mnemonics, they follow on each other. So you have to start with mnemonic number 1. And in this case, you have 1 mnemonic. In this case, you have 3 mnemonics. So it's simple English. If your second language is English, perfect. Perfect for you. If your first language is English, no problem. It's basic experiences in life. So it's kind of 18 plus. No below the belt content or mnemonics. So it's very pure, it's very smart, and it took amazing amount of time, right? So we have number 1 over here. So how do you memorize the kanji 1? 1, so it's in blue. As I said, blue is the best color for memorizing new things. 1 finger you are holding out because it's ichi. Now ichi is the reading over here. Ichi, ichi, ni, san, how you count, right? That's great. So today's work, number 2. We have 7 kanji for 10 plus sign. So at the top you have like a refresher or some new information. So you want to see it the top first. So we have the plus sign equals kanji for 10, plus sign. Okay, but it's a little skew here and it's also kind of broken at the bottom. Now we have 3 mnemonics. Later on we only have 1 because it gets complicated, but in the beginning you can play around. A 7-year-old who wrote 7 in reverse, so like boing, boing, boing. A broken 10 worth 7 points, or someone sitting, L, showing 7 on clock with arm. So someone sitting like so, showing up with arm, it's 7 right now. And so forth. So they follow on each other. Everything took an amazing amount of time to just go on all the mnemonics previously used. Now, if you're done with grade 1, which consists of 80 kanji, see later on, you can also see these kind of pictures. So grade 1, you can also see have this yellow bracket. You can see this yellow bracket around each kanji. Here we start with grade 2 kanji, 160, sheet 1 of 2. Now here you have the sheet. Some people, you can just rip it out. Many people already bought this spiral book, especially in America, because I got it printed over there. It was easy to ship, and yeah, good. I can't ship it everywhere at this current moment. Well, depending on the world situations, you know, I have 100% shipping rate, nothing, no problem. So you can just check the description if you want, oh, a red bracket, if you want PDF and Anki version or the actual book, right? And later on we have the purple bracket. Isn't it beautiful, right? So later on we have more kanji per grade. Usually you will have about 200. Yes, grade 3, 200 kanji, sheet 1 of 3. Here you have that. And on the left and on the right. So you can always, after the session, just go through the kanji and see what you memorized, right? And then we start with the purple bracket. And at the end of the 440 kanji, over here, nose. So this is the end of Kanji Cafe Book 1. Please continue with Book 2. Now, if you finish this, you can choose to go to Book 2, or maybe you know enough to actually form your own mnemonics going forward. And yeah, that's the best kanji book, in my opinion, over here. Just make sure you get daily exposure with maybe an Anki deck or reading if you're good enough. And thank you for your support. See you in the next one. Mata ne.